This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is The Dollhouse. It was written by Liddle, who is also our keeper of arcane lore, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by David Gasaway as his character, Darren Thompson. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. David?
Thanks, Tom. Okay, so this October, those of us that had moved away from Bushton came back and had Thanksgiving with our families until we couldn't take them anymore. And then we headed over to Malcolm's Tavern to get away. The big news in town seems to be that the Rose Garden and the empty houses up on Joyce Crescent are no longer held in perpetuity by the Carswell estate. And it's all going to be cleared for a boat-making factory or something. A few whiskeys later, and we were taking Squid's motorboat over to Upton to prowl around in the old toy store owner's McMansion. And we're in there and spooking each other out and having fun, but it's weird to find out that the Carswells had a kid we've never heard of. And it's weirder still that they left their house full of creepy dolls. And it sounds like there's a squatter or somebody in here with us, even though the place was locked when we arrived, and somebody's moving the dolls around when we're not in the room.
Great, thank you.
Hey, you guys, I swear to God, that doll moved.
Wait. Mal, what are you talking about?
Who's playing a crappy joke on me? Remember, Squid put those dolls there, and now only the boy doll is there.
Oh,
wasn't me. I haven't been back in there.
This is why I moved them all, because then if spooky stuff happened, we would know.
You're fucking with me.
You were probably the last one in the room, and is she back in the? Did you put her back in the cabinet?
Is she in your pocket?
No, I put them both on the bed.
Yeah,
they were both tucked in. I tucked them in, so we were together. Right. Hang on, let me go and check on the one that I put by the window, the one that I put in the chair by the window.
Squid, I'll go alone. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere alone. I'll go with.
I swear to God, Squid.
It's not me.
So you're going to where you would place one in the window?
That was the dining room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah,
it's there. Right where you left it.
Okay.
All right.
Not funny.
Why they didn't do anything.
So did you get your pillowcase at least so you can steal some knives, or are we just going to get out of here and pretend
I forgot all about that.
And plus, we're not
I thought we'd
exactly
already put
alone in
bag
here.
next to the door.
No, you went back in the bedroom to get a pillowcase.
Yeah, that's what you went back in there for, is a pillowcase to carry them.
Squid was going to carry the entire knife block around with him in his arms, like some sort of.
And I'm gonna go over to the bed where the boy doll is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the pillowcase, and then I'm gonna flip that doll onto the floor on the other side of the bed.
Okay.
Fuck you.
While you're at it, you might as well stab it. One of those things are alive.
But where's the other doll? Where's the other doll?
Probably back in the wardrobe, eh?
That's more than likely where it'd be.
Let's
Wherever you put it, Squid.
Well, I'm going to have a look. I'm going to look in the wardrobe.
No, just nothing there. Just
okay. Maybe one of you's fucking around. I'm going to look under the bed. That's the spookiest place to be, right?
The doll's right there, right under the bed, laying on its back.
I'm gonna reach in and grab the doll, but I am then gonna pretend it pulls me in just to fuck around.
I'm gonna kick Squid in the hip. Not hard.
A gentle
Asshole.
kick, Hulk.
Yeah.
See, look, she's under here, and I pull her out, and I put her on the bed. She's here. Look.
Is there like a hole in the bed? Did you just fall through? It's it's been empty for years.
No,
And that
no,
would-
the bed's in good condition. Like all the furniture's in pristine condition. A little dusty, but that's about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just went for a little walk, didn't you, Gil? Yeah, you
I'm
did.
going to the kitchen.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we should go together and we should listen to that door that goes to the guest house and see if we hear anybody again.
Have
I
we
am.
Or
have we
we
been
could just leave.
have we been through the entire part of the house that we've been in already, or is there more that we haven't seen?
Well,
You
there's
have-
3 doors we haven't been in, I think.
We
That
just,
is
we
correct.
just got to the kitchen, yeah, and then
I'm gonna bring the girl doll with me and place her on one of the countertops in the kitchen.
Oh God.
You can absolutely do that. She doesn't resist. She just goes along with you and smiles. No, she doesn't smile. Yes, you can put her on the countertop, no problem. Yes, there was you went into the room when you came in the door in the building. There was a sitting room on the right, a piano room on the left. Then there was the bedroom on the left where the dolls were placed by Squid. Well, one was already there. There's a door on your right you didn't open, and there's another door on the right you didn't open, and then there's the kitchen on the left. So like there's two doors on the right hand side.
I'd feel better if we knew that at least this half the house was empty before we started poking around in the guest house.
well, that's
Yeah, I
fine. I'm
agree.
going to the kitchen to get the stuff that I want, and you poke around in the creepy bedrooms with the dolls.
Yeah,
I kind of
you,
want to poke my head in both of them one after another.
well, Mal, you can keep this girly doll company, as she said. She'll keep you safe.
Swear to God, Squid, I'm gonna bust you in the face.
Okay, guys, let's not, I'm not too keen on the idea of anybody being alone though. So,
Yeah, for all we know, there's some like a nest of crackheads in the guest house, and they'll
A nest.
they'll get all they'll get in the stabbing mood, and the next thing you
I'll
know,
have all the knives, so
And you say
No, this
that.
place would be
Expensive
trash.
Darren says that, and Malcolm shaking his head and heading towards the kitchen. From the other side of the kitchen door, on the other side where the other part of the house is, you hear that clunking sound again, the wood on wood knock. It's not someone knocking on a door. It's like a piece of wood hitting another piece of
Right.
wood. That's you know the sound. It's on
knock
the
it
other
off,
side of the door.
Squid.
I'm
Gotta
stood
be
right
part of the
next.
house hitting itself.
I'm stood right here.
Yeah, I'm
My
not an
head.
idiot. You threw something or something. I don't know what, but
Just like something blowing in the wind or swinging by a rope or something.
Is-
If there were a bunch of crackheads in here, the place would be trash. They'd be
It's the
drawing graffiti on the walls. There aren't even like footprints in the
they've
dust.
taken these knives and sold them for the cash they get for them.
unless get me here. They're really
Yeah.
clean crackheads. They like
Doesn't
to clean
exist.
up after themselves.
Nah, Squid, I hear you. It doesn't exist.
no.
That's meth. That's meth.
Well, this being the late 80s, it's probably like
Mid-90s, I
Benny's or mid 90s, Benny's.
Um,
Benzodrine. I don't know. No, that's the 60s.
is the dog?
So,
All right, let's just.
so let me
Let's
just
see,
get an idea where everybody is. So Tom, Malcolm is in the kitchen. Squid, where are you going?
I'm kind of at the door to the kitchen, looking at Malcolm. But then I am gonna go into one of the closed rooms.
Okay, there's one right behind you. Okay, David,
Yeah.
where are you?
I was headed in. I assume it's another guest bedroom or something, same
Mhm.
way opposite the doll room.
Yes, there's one there. That's the other bedroom. Alicia, where's Alicia?
I'm going to go with Darren right now, just because Squid, you're great, but I cannot deal with your humor right now. Ray,
Oh, yeah,
can you
I'm going with Squid.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So 2 and 2 and Tom, and Malcolm. Okay. So Malcolm, you do hear on the other side of the door this knocking sound. It's not super loud. It's as it was suggested there. It actually kind of does sound like something sort of swinging in wind, hitting something, you know.
So it's a door in the kitchen, but not the one I came through.
No, there's a door on the opposite side of the cutting, the you know, the island, the cutting board and everything else.
And
On the far side is a door to what you assume is the other part of the house, the extension, the other.
Okay.
don't forget, Mel, you're not alone. You've got the doll with you in there.
Yes. I'll just start up with Darren. So Darren and Alicia, you're at the door. One thing you'll observe is that the door is painted white, same as the other doors in the hallway, like a nice creamy white. There is a placard, not a placard, but there's a spot, a rectangular spot on the door where something has been taken off and painted over. So there's a slight coloration. It's very obvious, like there was a sign on that door at one time.
I kind of looked over at Darren and I'm like, how much you want to bet this is Justin's room?
I mean, it's totally a thing kids do, right? Just have a little sign on there that says Justin's room, keep out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. You open the door. Creak. It is a room lost in time. I mean, this is a bedroom that it's in pristine condition. I mean, there's you know how they have those sweeps at the bottom of doors to keep dust out? Because you open the door and it slides and it's very smooth. It's not an airtight room by any means, but it's mostly free of dust, unlike parts of the other house. There isn't a few years of dust here. And it is a bedroom of young teenage boys, perhaps, probably from the 1960s, late 60s or so.
Okay.
Everything is like posters on the wall, you know, records.
So just for curiosity's sake, I teach high school history. So could this kid, had he lived and, you know, I'd been around at that time, he could have been in one of my classes?
How old is your character?
My character's, well, what I'm saying is theoretically, if I'd been in the same time period as this kid, I'm 27, but I don't think I would have known him, but I recognize this age group because I teach this age group all the time.
Yeah, because he would have been, if everything's accurate from what you looked at in the age of the photograph, he was born in the mid 50s. So 60, 70, 80, 90, he'd be about 30, 39, 40 right now. So he'd be a little bit older than you. You recognize, you know, you can place the year of all the materials in here to be fairly accurate that this is
okay.
Yeah, we can figure out exactly what year he died, like whether he died, you know.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm gonna be careful because obviously I can tell that you don't normally see a bedroom set up kept like a shrine like this unless the kid is no longer living. So I'm definitely going to be careful, not like try to displace anything, but I am going to try and at least get an idea, like who was this kid? Like,
yeah, we can tell us something about his age by the upper reading level of the books.
Teenage.
Right?
Well, it's young teenager books from 50s, 60s, like late 60s. I mean, it suits the age. It's like, you know, teenage fiction, some science books, a few textbooks from high school, perhaps that he never returned. But yeah, I would say there's a math textbook, there's a science textbook, there's some pictures of him and his family.
So wait, if he made it to high school, so that's like 1973 or something, then Mel should have remembered him dying if it was, you know, I mean, they were a big family in town. Why, like, was there something wrong with the kid?
I'm going to look at the pictures like a bit more closely. So like sort of studying what this kid looked like as a teenager. What does he look like, you know?
He looks like a younger version of his father, because his father's in the photographs. Roll your perception, please.
Okay. Wait a minute. I keep forgetting there's not a perception skill in Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting as well. Let me open up a character. I don't have one in front of me. It's something related to perception. Spot hidden is the best thing. Yes, that makes more sense. Sorry, I've been playing too much D&D lately.
That's fair. That's a fail, and I do not want to spend that much luck.
I have
Okay.
a regular success.
Okay, regular success. I would say, Alicia, you're looking at it, you're going, oh, look at the kid. You're focusing on the people in the photo.
Right.
Mhm.
Darren takes a look at it, and Darren starts looking at the background. None of these photos on the desk are in this town. You recognize, Darren, you recognize them as like, this is like pictures in Toronto. This is pictures in Ottawa. This is pictures in Halifax. These are trips the family has gone on with this kid as a teenager, but there are no family. They look very happy. But that's why, Alicia, you can pick that up just by looking at them. But there are no photographs that are in this town, or even in this part of Nova Scotia.
And then in front of the house, you'd think this fellow who's adding onto his house, making it fancier and fancier, they'd be like, you know, a holiday picture with them in front of the house with a wreath on the door or something. But
no.
they only.
In fact, you find a Christmas photo, and the Christmas photo is this elaborate brick fireplace, and you can't really tell where it is, but it's like there's tables and chairs around. It's almost like they went somewhere for Christmas.
It's a hotel somewhere. They didn't. So, and yeah, nobody. But the textbooks and things, they're. It's not as though this kid had something wrong mentally and didn't, and that's why they kept him secret in town. He was studying. Are there any books that say like he went to the Bushton High or something? Or if there's a library book, does it have a?
Well, the textbook, you think about that, and Alicia's already probably looking at them being a teacher. Oh boy, this is a nice private school, a beautiful private school, like Wilston Heights private prep school in Halifax. So the kid didn't go to school here.
It didn't exist here as far as anybody knew.
I mean, I kind of swallow as I think. I'm like, and I sort of mutter under my breath, family secrets are a hell of a thing.
So let's well, you guys have you can poke around the room some more in a bit. Squid and Ray, they open the door, they go in. You guys are at the door to the other room. What are you gonna do?
So it's just kind of like a guest bedroom.
Well, you open the door. Okay.
I just open the door.
You open the door, and what you find within is a fairly large room. It's really kind of it's got a big open window to the back of the house, with a curtain drawn and closed off, like a shade, if you will. There's a bed in there, very relatively small bed. It doesn't seem to fit the decor. There's a big round carpet on the floor that's sort of out of place. Shelving. It's like mismatched furniture and things. It's a bedroom that's been. It doesn't really. The other bedrooms are all put together really well. This is kind of a hodgepodge of furniture and things thrown in.
Yeah, is this supposed to be their living room? It's weird.
I don't know. This is it seems like the afterthought room. Is there a wardrobe in this room?
There is actually there's a closet. There's no wardrobe,
Okay.
but there's a closet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the closet and open. I'm just curious, Ray, because every other thing that we've opened has been some spooky doll.
Yeah,
there's a spooky doll in it. Strangely enough, there's a spooky doll in it. It's a clown doll. Ooh, you don't really like it. No, nobody really likes the clown doll. It's a clown doll with the stick with a fake balloon on the end of it and a big wide smile on it, and it's sort of leaning against the wall like this.
I pick it up because when I get there, Ray probably hasn't straight away got to it, and I'm going to pretend it's like eating me as I'm just messing around at this point. I don't know.
I'll just be like, no, Scotty, try to pull it off him. I'll act like it's happening.
And then I just turn it towards you.
Oh man,
Look,
it's just another toy. Yeah.
It's just a harmless clown doll.
It's awful, man.
It's beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful.
I mean, like, go throw it at the others or something, but it's terrible.
I've got an even better idea. He's probably gonna knock me out, but I'm gonna go to the kitchen with this clown.
Yeah, you go for it, man.
So he's heading to the
look
kitchen
out the window while he does whatever he's doing.
Okay, you peek open, like you're able to, you can pry open the curtains. You look out,
Yeah.
and you see like there's a little bit of distance between you and the cliff face. There's a fence along the cliff face. You can see over to the left and behind the other addition to the building, there's the pool with a cover over it and leaves and dirt and sticks and stuff just that have blown on top of it over the last year. And you can peer out over top of the fence, and you can actually see in the distance the lights from Lowtown, and you can even make out the pub if you look. You take a moment to look, and you can see people, the disco lights because they're having their big Malcolm's Not Here party.
Nice. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm just gonna hang out here for a while Squid does his thing.
Okay, Squid, you can walk over to the kitchen. Malcolm, what are you doing?
I peer it over the corner of the door, so I'm not actually in the doorway. I'm kind of just peering it, and I make a noise depending on what Malcolm's doing. He's gonna punch. Yeah.
So I have collected most of the things that I want. Got nice silverware too. It's really expensive silverware, and I put it in the bag. And as soon as I hear Squid, I'm not going to look back. I'm going to continue what I was doing and wait for him to make more of a move.
Yeah.
He doesn't react, Squid, to your initial attempt to get his attention and scare him.
Okay. What's this door made out of?
Oh, the kitchen doesn't have a door on it. The
doll.
The doll?
The clown doll, yeah.
It's like, it's not a plastic, like a cheap plastic doll. This is actually a marionette quality, heavier wood with articulated arms and legs that you can move, and they stay in place if you want them to. Little clicking joints, you can make the fingers move and stuff. It's an expensive, very expensive doll.
Oh God. This could end up coming to. No, he's gonna chuck the doll at Malcolm. Yeah, he's gonna chuck. He has no regard for this. It's just an antique to him. He has no regard to it.
As soon as I hear his muscles tense and he starts to throw that at me, I'm going to, with full force, hit him with the wet dish rag that I have held in my hand like a baseball bat right to his face.
Smack.
And then probably jump when the doll hits the ground.
Yes. Yes, Squid, you take a full-on wet cloth in the face, curse smack, and
fuck you,
Malcolm
Squid.
probably jumps.
Yeah, that would definitely. Yeah, I've had one of them in the face before. Yeah, it definitely hurts.
And then I look down at the fucking doll and like kick it out of the way.
Spins across, spins over to like there's like a rolly table like that you can roll around that has like you can roll it out to a dining area cart, rather rolling cart, slides underneath, right underneath.
So I'm going to take my bag of stuff, go probably past Squid, down the hall, back to the front lobby, and put the bag next to the door so that when we go out, I can.
Where's
and that
doll?
Stop it.
And that's perfect because as you do that, or Malcolm, and the rest of you, I'll let you look around some more in a second, but as you do that, Malcolm, you notice as you approach the front door through the there's like it's a door that has a window built into it, but the window is like beveled glass. You can't really see through it. Like it's like little panes. You have to kind of go like this to see through it. But you do see headlights approaching down the roadway.
Oh, so I'll go. There's probably side windows though to stuff too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go peek out the side window and see if anybody's coming to the house.
Okay, you have to go into one sitting room or the piano room. It doesn't really matter which.
Yeah.
You see a vehicle creep, and then the vehicle turns off its lights. Chink, it still creeps forward. There's a street light down the way, but not right near where you are. So you can see the silhouette of this vehicle pull up. It doesn't park in front of the gate. It parks in front of one of the other houses next, like up the road, just one. Stops, and this guy gets out. And he gets out, he goes to his trunk. He pulls out a bag, and he's kind of bumping around a bit. And you, as a bar owner, you can tell this is a guy who's probably had a few drinks. But he's got a bag, a backpack, or a bag, or a sack, on a haversack or something. And
Before
what looks
he can-
like a pole. Yeah.
Before he can like get that out, I'll start saying, "Guys, there's somebody outside." He's getting out of his car. I think he's drunk. He's got a bag, backpack.
Yeah. Is he coming here?
I don't know. He's just getting out of his car. He's going to the trunk.
I glance over at Darren. Shit.
We might have to go out the back door. Did anybody get to the back door? It's unlocked.
We know if there's a back door even?
There is a
It's a
back door.
house.
Yeah, right at the end.
Oh, right. There's the door at the end of the hallway.
At the end of the
between those
hallway,
two.
there's a door that leads out to a patio. Yeah. Out back.
Might need to.
Maybe he'll
might
just
need
go
to-
away.
Yeah, or we could try to go into the guest house.
Well, wait.
What's he
let's,
doing?
Let's just let's see what he's doing. Let's just not make any
All right.
noise.
Did he see your
Okay.
flashlight, Mel?
No,
Okay. I'll assume you turn off your flashlights.
I think he's drunk. I think he's drunk.
Do you
Whoever
do you know
wants
him?
to.
I mean, this is just Bushton.
I
Like,
can't see him right now. He's not close enough. I haven't
yeah,
seen
it's
his
kind of a
face
silhouette.
Lights behind him. He's in a not a trench coat, but like kind of a longer, kind of like a pea jacket, like a fisherman's kind of coat. He has a cap. You can see that there's a cap on top of his head that's like as he turns, you can see a little bit of a brim. And he's got this bag, and then he walks up to the gate, and he goes to the lock. He's like, throws it behind him. He doesn't understand, and he sort of
he's
straightens
coming
up.
Did
He's
he
looking
seem to-
around.
Did he seem to have keys when he went to the lock? Did he
I would
fish around and?
He did. He actually reached into his pocket before he went to the lock.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
could be some caretaker or something. We should get out the back door.
Shit.
Shit.
I mean, he's
Yeah, let's
just
get
one
out of
guy,
here.
but I don't want to get into a fight with some guy.
Yeah, but
or- or have
I
a
mean, we don't have a
trespassing
right to
charge.
be here.
No.
I told you this was a bad idea. Back
Not the back
door
door.
now.
It's not a
I'll
bad
grab-
idea.
I'll grab my bag of stuff.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
can add theft to the breaking and entering. Good
Mm-hmm.
mouth.
So he's heading in the gateway towards. He goes down the pathway as you click your glass before you head to the back door, and then he diverts down the other pathway towards the addition.
Go to the guest house.
But you have time to get out the back door or do what you wish.
Well, now do we want
Yeah.
to go out the front door?
Well, I think like when we decided it, we probably just kind of rushed, right? Like at least one of us is out there, right? The backside.
Yeah.
We did hurry. I don't know if there's a window from the guest house. If we go, we found Justin's old room, and nobody's been in there. So you can just go in there and wait and see if he leaves or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that room has not been touched.
All right.
The room I
We can
checked
hide-
out was nice and big. There's a lot of more space in there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't need to be crowded into the kids' room either. But we should keep it in the dark, Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's.
I agree.
All right. So let's hide in that room.
Which room we going
Which
in?
room
The
are you
big
hiding in?
room
The one with the big window, a lot of space.
That's at the back. Yes. It's not the guest room. That's not the Justin's room. You're calling it Justin's room. I'll keep
Yeah.
calling it that.
No,
It's
no,
the room across from the kitchen. Yes.
right. We were suggesting Justin's room because nobody goes in there, but then Ray pointed out that there's more room in the room he went in. So
Right.
Is there a window that we can peek out of to see where the guy is going? We can
Yeah,
see him
there's a real
going
big
into the
window. I
guest
don't know how
room.
much you'll be able to see the other building.
No, because it's like the other addition was built right onto the side of the house. So there's no windows between the two parts of the house. There is a door from the kitchen to the other part of the house that you haven't really looked at, but there was like a little curtain there's actually a window in the door because it's the original door. but you didn't look through it.
Or we could tiptoe out the front door.
Well, why don't you just go in the big room for now? See what happens. If we have to leg it, we leg it.
I mean, so this guy, he's drunk. He has like a bag of stuff, right? Like, I mean, what is this like?
He's got a backpack.
Drug drop off or something?
And he
Does he
seemed like
live here?
you said he went for his pocket like he had a key. So he might be living in the guest house for all we know. Maybe he is a squatter.
Maybe the other noises we heard were his like buddy, or and he's coming back with
Well,
whatever.
let's go into the big room. Just lay low for a few minutes, just to see what happens.
It's better than being caught outside if they can see us through that guest house window.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah, I mean, he might just be dropping off that bag.
If he comes in this part of the house, he's going to notice all the dust is disturbed.
You never know. It might be some more creepy dolls.
He's a shipment of dolls.
Shut up, Squid.
Squid, did you actually come up here last week and put all these dolls around and then just get us all up here?
Oh my God, Darren. Oh my God, Darren, you figured me all out. I really would waste my time coming up to this house and placing all these fucking creepy ass dolls all over the place.
Okay, guys, can we maybe just hide somewhere for now?
Yeah, you guys, in the time you guys are whispering and muttering, you can hear that the guy has walked up, clunk, 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 up the step, because there's a little raised porch at this addition. You hear jingle, jingle of keys, and shrink. Door opens. Conk. Door shuts. You hear stomp, stomp, stomp of his boots. And then you just hear him, some footsteps on the other side, of the house, because it's dead quiet.
Get in the bedroom. I'm going
in there.
Sneak into the kitchen and look through the door and see if I see anything going on.
When you look through the kitchen, there's another room, a small room in between, like it's part of the other addition. And when you look in, it's a dining room table, some chairs around it, and there's another like doorway on the other side that there's no door. But as you look through, you can see a light go on in the room, like a lantern. You can see a guy walks up and he looks out the curtains, because there's another set of windows apparently facing, again, same as in the last bedroom, out towards the town. You can see him open the curtain, close it, and you make sure that the curtains are firm and adjusted. Takes off his jacket, takes off his backpack, picks up a pole object, and it's a shovel, and then he walks back into the room, and you can't see where he goes from there.
He's got a shovel.
What?
Come here to bury his ex-wife or something, maybe?
Oh, God.
Is it his ex-wife if he killed her? It's just his wife.
I don't know. I'm just
Unless they
joking.
divorced and then he killed her.
Meanwhile, I'm back in that bedroom and I want to check I'm just going to check the cupboard again, the wardrobe thing.
Oh, the cupboard. Yeah. Well, Malcolm's doing that. You can poke around that room, Squid. There's nothing else in the cupboard. There's like, some bits of clothing and stuff like that. A pair of rubber boots.
It was
nails and a hammer.
It was more as I was seeing if someone else was fucking with us and seeing if the clown doll was back there. So.
But who else is in that room with you? Who else is in that bedroom at the end?
Yeah.
Probably we're all there.
We're waiting for Mel's report.
Okay. All right. So you guys are just sitting there quietly waiting?
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of poke around on the shelves, just what kind of items are around.
Okay. Make a spot hidden, please.
All right. I
Not
rolled a
perception.
50.
It's a creepy little doll.
Which is a fail.
Do you have the luck to make it?
No, I'd have to spend 25.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
No, you just it's bits and again, same as the other guys noticed, or same as you noticed before. Rather, it's like this room is kind of thrown together. It's like furnishings that don't belong. You can see there's marks on the wall where things have been removed and painted over, and the wall's been kind of repurposed.
Upon from what I'm seeing here, especially with like the rubber boots and everything, I'm gonna look for the signs that this might have been where Mr. Carswell might have been spending a good amount of, like, this might have been his bedroom after his wife died, is what I'm guessing. But I would like to at least check around to see if I'm right.
Well, right. I mean, there had to be a master bedroom in this house before it was expanded, and we haven't seen that. We've seen a guest room and a kid's room.
I thought this was the living room, like had a bed instead of a couch or something. I don't know.
Can I do these spot hidden on the shelves?
Yeah,
Since
sure.
I am looking?
Yep.
Okay. Oh God, that's even worse. Nope.
Nothing. Find a nickel.
I mean, we thought somebody might be staying in the guest house, and now we can hear him moving around. And if the five of us start clumping around, he's obviously gonna.
Yeah, you got. Well, he's making a lot of noise. You guys can hear thumping and banging, and Tom. Now, Malcolm, you're looking through the window. You can hear prying and digging sounds. And can't really make out what it is, but
yeah, he's like living in there. I mean, he's drunk. I think we should all just bolt for the door. He's not going to know who we are in the dark.
How do I hear digging sounds coming from inside of the house? Has he torn up the floor? He's digging in the middle of the... What the fuck is going on? Guys, I am totally freaked out.
Is Mel going to come back and tell us?
I'm worried that Mal is going to go sneak off on his own or something. I'm going to go back to the kitchen.
I would.
What's going on, man?
So while those two are talking, I'm gonna very quickly tiptoe back into Justin's room, at least what I think is Justin's room, because I feel like we might have missed something in there. So I do want to look around a little bit more and see, like, based on what Darren was noticing, does it look like anything in there has actually been used, or does it look more like props, like what someone thinks a teenage boy's bedroom should look like?
I won't even make you roll for it. Yeah, like there's pencils that have been used. There's a pencil sharpener with pencil shavings in it. There's an eraser. There's paper.
Okay, so from what I can tell, it's not like they from the photos and everything. It's not like they were taking a doll out to these places.
No, but you can roll spot hidden since you're in there.
Oh God, my spot hidden is terrible. Okay. Nope.
It's all good. It's all fine. Kids' room.
So, if I see Ray coming into the kitchen, I'll be like,
"Yeah, what's going on?"
Listen, he's digging, but he's digging inside the house.
Like through the floor? Do I hear that too? Like grunting and shoveling dirt?
Yep. And in fact, you see him carry a bucket of soil, and you see him dump it on the floor. And as you look closely, there's actually along the wall, the back wall of the room, there's more piles of soil.
What the fuck?
I also entered the kitchen.
It's like he's hunting for treasure. Keep the fuck away from me, Squid. No more doll shit. There's something weird going on here.
No, Scotty, he's digging in the middle of his floor.
He had to have broken open the floor.
Who would
Does he think there's something buried? Maybe the guy's fortune?
Who would be digging in a fucking house unless you were burying a body?
Or
we're looking for treasure.
Or they buried something under the floorboards that they wanted to keep hidden.
Out of curiosity, voice in my head, is the doll still sat on the thing, and is the clown doll still under where it slid?
Fuck the doll.
The clown is still sitting on the thing. Or sorry, the doll is still sitting on the thing. You'd have to get on your hands and knees to look under the...
Of course, Scotty is intrigued by what's been going on with the...
Have we got a good look at this guy's face yet?
No. He's wearing a cap. He's kind of turned his back to you. He hasn't faced the door. You get a bit of a silhouette of his face. That's about it.
I don't recognize his clothes, maybe.
He's wearing clothes.
No clues as to who it would be.
I would say if you're looking at him going back and forth, what you can see is he was wearing a pea jacket, like a sailor's kind of coat, thick woolen coat when he came in. Now he's wearing just regular work clothing, like, pair of green work pants and that kind of stuff. But they're very clean. They're very tidy. They're very new looking. And he's very clean shaven. That's something else you'll make.
He would get out of here, come back tomorrow and see what he was burying or digging up.
If he's digging it up, then he's going to be gone with it. If we want to take it from him, we have to go now.
We're not thieves. I don't want to get caught.
You're stealing something right now.
But the guy's dead. I'm stealing from the dead.
Well, I think this guy's stealing from the dead too, Mal.
Well, let him steal.
Maybe it's the lawyer, right? He has keys. He knows some secret about the house. He bought new work clothes. He hasn't used those gloves before. He didn't even take the shovel. There's probably a shovel in the garage here, or a shed or something. It's the lawyer who figured out something, and he's trying to get at it before the bulldozers show up.
That actually sounds plausible.
As I'm on my hands and knees going down to
that does sound plausible. That you hear, that does sound plausible from the floor, and that's you hear Squid say that, not that voice. That's
right.
Just me. But Squid, you tip your head down and you look under the rolly cart, and you expect you're going to reach in and grab the doll, and you see a foot disappear behind the fridge.
I actually I don't, because I'm being careful of noise, but anyone near me would have noticed that I very quickly scuttered back.
I was going to ask Mal why Squid was on the floor.
So what are we just going to go grab that guy and take his shovel?
So I hear the rattling from Justin's room. Poke my head out. What is going on out there?
I saw something move.
I've got a theory about the guy who's digging. So there's a guy with new work clothes who's digging under the floorboards of the guest house. And my Scooby-Doo idea is that it's the lawyer who knows that there's something valuable buried up here and wants to get it without anybody knowing.
Or something he doesn't want to risk getting dug up about the family when they bulldoze the place.
Well, the lawyer is the only one who probably would have a key.
Because they had security, but would they have had keys?
Lawyers always have keys, right?
Right.
But what about
the whole executor thing?
Wasn't there a cleaning company who used to come here? Wouldn't they have had a key?
No, they wouldn't have had keys. They would have been let in.
Oh, I do sort of poke Darren on the arm, though. I'm like, there was something, I don't know. I felt like I was. Take one more look in Justin's room, would you? I didn't see anything, but I'm apparently blind tonight, so.
Only two of us actually brought flashlights.
Mr. Voice in my head, is there any way to look behind the fridge? Because I am a little bit spooked.
Oh, you scared him away.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Just a second, Tom. I might have to pause for a second, okay?
I think he might have a popcorn kernel in his throat.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Oh, that's
I absolutely did. Okay. Yes, Squid, if you move the rolly cart, you can get into the side and look behind the fridge.
How much noise, just by a quick, does the rolly cart make? Because if it's going to make a lot of noise, I'm not going to move it.
Good thing you asked, because the wheels have locks on them. So you actually go down, you go flick, flick, you push the locks. You can gently roll it out with no noise.
Okay, that's fine then. I'll do it. And then I'm going to look, because I'm now, the others will think I'm messing around, but I actually am like white as a ghost right now. I am.
Yes.
As I look behind the fridge. I'm going to look behind the fridge. Everyone's probably going to think I'm a weirdo, the rest of them, when they see.
Yeah, you don't know what he's doing. He's just poking around.
I'm going to talk to Malcolm, so I'm just, we're totally ignoring him.
Exactly. I knew you would, because I've been messing around that the whole time. The boy who cried wolf, after all, basically.
So who was going to Justin's room, or was somebody doing that? Okay. Darren, you go into Justin's room. Are you gonna?
Darren, I've got no audio from you.
Yes, we're going. Yes,
Okay.
we're going back.
Okay, you go into Justin's room. Now that she's asked you to look around a bit, roll a spot hidden, but do it with advantage.
Regular success only, even with that.
Even with that, that's fine. Regular success. You carefully rifle through the drawers and you're looking around. It's a pretty sanitized room. Like, there's no clothing left. I mean, it's been cleaned. It's just personal items. But you do find a box, and the box is in a drawer behind another box. So you have to kind of jimmy the door to get it open. And in the box, there's some letters. And they are letters from Justin to his parents. And they're from him away at school. I mean, there's tons of letters. There's piles of them. So obviously the mother or the father or both were just keeping them in this room. They're just letters from him at school, like, great day. And if you flip through them quickly, they range for like a number of years, like a long period of time.
And the return address is the fancy school in Wilston Heights.
Yeah, and I'm going to say one of you is aware of this school, and it's one of these, it's a school they send kids away to when they're like 5 or 6, and there's a elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. It's like
boarding school.
It's like a boarding school. Yes.
What's the last date?
If you quickly flip through, you can see the last date is when he finished high school. So if he's born in 55, 65, 75 minus 2, 73, around 1973.
So, right. from all we can tell, after he comes out and with them, I'm assuming. So it seems like there's no indication that he died. He just never came back. Right. I started jerk my thumb over in the direction of the guest house. What if it's him in there?
Not impossible. He didn't send any letters from college. He didn't send any letters after he got out of boarding school. But the boarding school letters seem normal. It's like, chemistry is hard, but,
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, but it's like he only saw his parents on holidays. He spent no time with them from his childhood until he graduated, and then he just disappeared. And then they kept his room as a weird shrine instead of a place that he could stay when he came to visit, because he never came to visit. What year did his mom die?
85.
So it's not like he didn't talk to dad after mom died or something. Weird.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. Sorry.
The guy in there could be in his late 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or early.
He's moving like someone who is still, able-bodied. It's not like someone 60 or 70 who's starting to show some signs of, decrepitude.
So what if it's him?
Then we're really trespassing. We should sneak out. Let's go see if the boys in the kitchen have discovered anything else of vital import.
Squid, you look behind the fridge. Could everybody except for Squid remove their headphones briefly? Squid, you look behind the fridge, and it takes you a moment to see what you are looking at. And you look down below. You're coming from below, and you're coming from above. And you look in, and what you see is the clown hanging by its fingers and toes, like rock climbing up the back of the fridge, like the coils in the back of the fridge. And its head turns right at you, and it looks at you, and you just see its mouth opens into a very brief little animated smile. And then it lets go with its feet and hands and drops to the floor, just a doll on the floor. Okay.
Oh God. The only way Squid's gonna react is he's just gonna
do a sand roll.
I push himself all the way back. So he might end up making some noise, but it's not out of being
There's a tail in Darren's
Can I have the chance to say something to Malcolm before Squid reacts?
Absolutely.
Okay, so while he's crouched down, Mal, I have an idea. He left that gate open behind him. Let's just walk up to the guy. Let's say that we were on a walk and we saw that the gate was open. We can pretend that we didn't get here until after him.
Yeah. How did we get here? Did we drive?
The boat. And then we walked up the huge, steep switchbacks. Or was it stairs?
It was stairs up to the.
Okay.
It was only 25 feet up, and then you walk the path through this part of the town, up the street to the house. You took the water taxi.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't realize right away. So are we sneaking out or hi, kitty?
we're in
You're
the
probably
kitchen.
walking
You guys are in
into
the-
the kitchen to something happening. We're kind of in
Okay.
pause time right now.
Okay. And then I'm trying to remember, is this sorry, I can't help it. Who is making an appearance?
That's Pepper.
Pepper. Okay.
You guys stay here, and Ray and I are going to go out, and we're going to pretend like we were walking by and go up to the door and knock.
But while you guys are planning this, Mal,
I failed
you need to do a
myself.
sanity roll.
Well, I failed
You
myself. I
did.
did sent you a message.
Oh, I wish it went ding when those happen. All right. Then I will roll because I like to do the roll. You lose 4 sanity.
Okay.
How does that affect you? I'd say you are, just from this, you are instantly caught up in paralyzed. You're paralyzed. You for the first time in ages, you can't speak.
Oh my God! I actually I didn't realize how low my starting sanity was, and I totally just noticed. Oh God!
So if Squid is on the floor shaking and Ray and I are talking, we've decided that we're going to do this. I look over.
Do
at
we just
Squid
ignore
and
him?
Yeah,
I
fuck you,
probably
Squid.
no. I would have pushed myself back, so anything behind me, I probably banged into before going
The rolly
down to
cart.
ground.
Yeah.
The only
Knock
way
it
you
off,
could go
Squid.
is to the rolly cart. And I would say you probably bang into the rolly cart. And it has like some dinnerware on it, maybe a couple forks, not forks, like serving spoons. Something's on it. It's not silverware, I guess. So you do make some noise. It's like a jostly clang, 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 bang, and it bangs into the fridge and slides out to the room a bit. So you make some noise.
Yeah,
And when-
I'd like
and
to
when that-
stabilize the plate. Just like
Okay.
whoa,
You guys like
what's going on,
grabbing
man?
things, like trying to stop things from hitting the
Yeah.
floor. And on the other side of the door, while Malcolm is standing by the door, you hear the shoveling stop. The noises stop, and the lantern light goes out.
Gotta move quick, Ray.
Wait. Hey Scotty, what's going on? Guys, I think something's wrong with him.
No, he's just fucking around with us again.
I don't know. It's over there. I don't know like where he's pointing.
Points behind the fridge. Indeed.
I look around for
Crazy.
the cool-
Again, I glance over to Darren after hearing all that noise. Oh, we're screwed.
He's paler than normal.
I look around for the clown doll. He's stuck that clown doll somewhere. He's going to try to scare you.
It's wedged at the bottom of the
We gotta
fridge.
go now.
You can see its leg kind of jutting out. It's just sitting. It's at the bottom of behind the fridge.
We're going to lose
Yeah.
our chance. We got to go.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going with Mel.
So Ray and I are going out the front door. And we're sneaking out to the sidewalk.
Yep.
And then we're going to open and close the gate and then walk back towards the other house.
Okay. You can do that. Yes, I will. There's no question. You can sneak out the gate, open and close it. It's dark out there. And you can walk up to the other door for sure.
Nice.
Baby, come hide with us. Come on, Squid. You look, cut it out. We're gonna hide in the kids' room.
Squid just is a bit frozen for a minute, and then he will slowly make his way But
Yeah,
he might crawl on his hands and feet because he's
he's just
backwards.
quieter.
Okay. So Darren, who's going to the door? Is it Malcolm and Darren? Is it or no?
Mal
Malcolm
and Ray.
No, it's
Wait.
no, right.
Okay, Mal and Ray, you can go to the front door for sure. Yep, you're there. You walk up the step. Looks
Get
dark
up
inside.
there. I'll go. Hello, is somebody here? And I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, and I'll go.
We can
through the
see your
window. I'll be
light.
kind of obvious about it.
We could see your light.
It takes a minute. There's some silence. Are you going to knock a second time, or are you just going to
Yeah,
knock
this
once?
is private property. You're not supposed to be here. Who are you?
Okay. A minute or two later, you see a light come on within the building, looks like a flashlight through the window that you can see, and a man comes to the door and he's got a jacket. He's put his jacket back on. It's done up right up to his neck, and you can see his knees of his pants. There's dirt on them, but he's trying to hide it by wearing the jacket. He comes over. He goes, "Can I help you?"
Well, yeah, we were out for our nightly walk, and we've never seen light on here or a car parked out front.
I'm Hamish Amesley. I'm the owner's the owner's estate. I'm helping them prepare for the clearing of the house before the demolition. So I'm
Like
just
a
here for
lawyer or
that.
something.
I work for the estate company that for the former owners.
I see.
Okay. Yeah, I
It
mean,
doesn't
it's
look like
just,
you
it's
broke
just
open the
weird to
doors.
be in the middle of the night, right? It's you got dirt on your pants.
We have. I fell on the walkway up here. You can smell rum, the smell of rum on his breath as he's talking, and he's a little disheveled, of course, but he's very clean shaven, page boy cap. He's very clean. His hands are dirty, but he's probably tried to wipe them off. He's got a flashlight in his hands. He goes, "I'm just clearing up the place, getting ready because we have 24 hours to clear out any personal belongings before the city takes over. And it's just the deal we have with the city, with the town."
Now that he's got the light on and he's standing there, I'm going to kind of look on either side of him to see if I can see what he was doing.
Well, from your perspective,
Yeah.
you can't really see very. You can see there's actually a room that you're in, or sorry, a room that he's in. It's like a bit of a hallway, and doors on either side and a door at the end. The door at the end is ajar, and you can see that there's no lantern light. He's turned it off at the far end, but you can see light coming from between the curtains, so you can see out the back of the house through this doorway.
Yeah. We always wondered what this place was like. We heard it was kind of nice on the inside to people that owned it. Did you know them?
I did know the owners. I did very much. I worked for the family for many years. Yes.
They're going to knock the whole damn thing down, huh?
Oh, they're going to rebuild here. Yeah. They it's just part of the arrangement. And it takes out a business card, and it says Diamond Enterprises. Hands it over to you.
No.
Oh, cool.
So you know about the hooligans that broke into the other side because the gate was open, right? So
I wondered why that was unlocked. I was about to call the police when I left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was thinking of calling the police when I left. I have to find a payphone because nothing's connected here. But I was going to call the police and let them know that somebody had broken in. I was just doing a little walk around, and I'm making sure nothing's stolen.
Hey, would you mind? We've always wondered what it looked like on the inside. What's it like?
I'm sorry. There's an estate sale in a few days. Perhaps you should come back then.
Oh, yeah. When's that?
In a few days. I'm not part of that. We no longer are owners of the property on behalf of the former owners.
Okay.
The estate sale will be run by the city, the town itself.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You have a lot of nice things.
Furniture mainly. There's a piano on the other side. There's a warehouse somewhere on the property, somewhere around here where they have some toy store things that they used to have, dolls and such. But they're not in this part of the house. This is where the living quarters. So I do have to finish up. So I should probably get in there.
Okay, can we do psych rolls on him just to see? I mean, we know he's lying, obviously.
Yeah. Well, What do you want to know?
I mean,
Make your roll and then
he's
tell me what
not
you want to
lying.
know.
He is lying. I don't know. Does he
Yeah.
seem really nervous that we've caught him?
Oh, you don't have to roll to know that. Yeah, he's stammering. He's been drinking.
Okay.
So he's having to,
Does he look at all familiar?
not at all. And you know,
Okay.
you don't know everybody in the town, but you recognize a lot of people. You don't recognize this guy.
And he doesn't look like a grown-up version of if we saw a picture or something of the kid. Or
No,
maybe
no.
we didn't see.
He's probably a little too old for that.
Okay. All right. Well,
Oh.
sorry to bother you.
No bother at all. Thank you very much. Please shut the gate on the way out, and I'm going to get a new lock delivered, and I'm going to have the police keep an eye on the place while I'm gone.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Shuts the door.
Yeah. As we start walking away, just like, man, Mal, that was like the most well composed drunk guy I've ever met. That was. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Like he's just doing his job in the middle of the night. It's weird.
I think he knows that something's buried under that floor. Maybe buried by the
Yeah.
whatchamacallit.
Well, I mean, he's out here in the middle of the night. He's super drunk. He said he can't call the police until after he leaves. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. I mean,
we've got to make a show of walking at
5-1.
least a little down the street.
Oh yeah. We're just kind of slowly walking away while we talk to each other.
Yeah, you can do that. You do that. You walk out, but now you're outside of the fenced-in part of the yard.
Yeah, but I mean, we can sneak around. But what I'm kind of curious is, I'd like to get a vantage point where we can still see the house and see if he's freaked out now and he leaves.
Well,
You can go behind one of the other houses. Like there's other houses. Like there's two either side on the cul-de-sac.
Oh, do you want to check out his car?
We can do that. I want to wait until he's not looking to see that we've left.
All right. Yeah. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
I hope the others were kind of listening or watching through the kitchen door.
Yeah, you guys see and can hear the conversation through like the front room window, if you will.
Just for curiosity's sake, none of us recognize this voice either?
No, none of you recognize the voice at all.
Does he sound like he's from Halifax?
He sounds big city.
Yeah.
Yes, he sounds like he's definitely not a rural or a like farming town kind of a fishing town kind of person. He's definitely a big city Halifaxian. Haligonian is what they call themselves.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
I always like those like Glaswegian, not Glasgow, but good for you. So if we've gotten the gist of that, we know that he's not looking for us. He might plan to dig up the whole house, though, over the course of the night if he doesn't find it in the room he started in. Because it doesn't, I mean, it should be something in a safe deposit box, unless maybe there was some document that was in a safe deposit box that he read that he shouldn't have. At any rate, he's not going to leave until he finds what he's looking for, or sobers up, or tires himself out. But we can sneak out now after, give him 10 minutes to get back to work, listen for some digging. Squid, not bump into anything. Squid,
I'm sorry.
You look really clammy and weird.
I think karma came back to bite me in the ass a little bit.
Oh, gee. I wondered how long that was going to take. Okay,
No, I mean, I think it might actually bite me in the ass if I continue to pursue it.
Well, let's not pursue it then, right?
Yeah, let's just wait until he starts up again. Then we get the hell out. I would say sneak out through the back, because he's gonna keep an eye on the front.
Have you guys moved all into that bedroom?
Yeah.
The other bedroom, and Squid's in there as well. Okay.
Yeah.
While you're there talking, you've moved back. You moved back there. You're waiting for Mal and Ray to come back. You hear the door between the kitchen and the other room, you hear the rattle of the door being undone.
Shit. We have to go now.
And you hear the door opening, and you hear the same person's voice. And he comes and he steps in the kitchen. He goes, "What the hell's been going on in here?" He says, "Oh, I hate this house. I hate this house. It's not worth it." And you hear him rush back to the other part of the house, and he shuts the door behind him, and you hear him latch it, like he latches the door between the two halves of the house. And he says, "You little bastards aren't getting me." And he runs out into the other part of the house, and you hear rummaging around. And Mal and Ray, a few minutes later, you guys are waiting to see what he does. You actually see him come stumbling out. He trips coming out of the house. He barely shuts the door, doesn't lock it behind him. He trips down, it almost falls coming down the walkway, gets to the gate, opens and shuts it behind him again, hardly shuts it, gets to his car, opens the back door, doesn't open the trunk, throws the bag in the back seat. Something falls on the ground when he does it, and he picks it up and throws it in the car. And he gets in the car, starts it up. And it's a nice car. Like, it's a very nice car. I'm not on the 1990s cars, but it's a nice car. Decent quality, good, nice and clean. It's not a beat up, rust bucket or anything like that. He goes around the cul-de-sac, drives off. Unless you jump in front of it or something.
And then, honestly, at this point, when I hear him leave, I'm like, this is probably the best chance we are ever going to get it out of here. Let's go.
And before you say that, I will, because I would have probably said something to Darren in response to him talking to me. So just before you say, Darren, question. Just hypothetical, what would your reaction be if you saw something that shouldn't be able to move and look at you and smile at you and almost mock you? What would your reaction be?
Probably I'd take my flask out and have another nip. Because obviously I'm getting a little jittery.
Yeah, let's maybe have this conversation somewhere when we're not trespassing, and that guy might be calling the cops.
Didn't sound like he was calling any cops, and it sounded like that Mal and Ray know who he is. Don't you want to see what he was digging for? Little curious? Just a little bit more house.
At this point, I don't know. I've just been it's not really fun anymore, and I don't know. I just don't.
It's less spooky, but it's more intriguing now.
Wait, did we hear what we heard what he said?
Yes, we heard him say that. We heard him say all that.
Yeah, he wasn't being quiet.
Okay, so before that, I probably would have said what I said to Darren. So now I can just I'm probably even more paler than I was. I'm probably look like I'm dead right now.
So apparently even he was freaked out by this place. All I'm saying is I kind of feel like we need to do a little bit more investigation and maybe take, I'm like, he handed them a business card, I think. I'd like to look into that, but we need to get out of here.
What room are we currently in? Are we in the big room again?
No,
the bedroom.
We're in Justin's room, and we just heard him leave.
Was there any cupboards in Justin's room?
Closet.
I'm gonna have to open the closet. I'm gonna have to.
You're probably absentmindedly while you're telling everybody the story and talking about it. You're just sort of like in closet looking because your mind is on what's in the closet now. Now you're looking for not what can I find, but I want to see what's in there. It's a closet with clothing. Literally, it's clothing from years ago in perfect condition, hanging on hangers. Some of it in plastic, like a suit.
Okay, guys. We've seen what we came to see. We've apparently got ourselves freaked out, and we just narrowly missed getting stumbling into this. I'd feel better about looking into some of this if we weren't at the scene of the crime. Let's go.
Well, why don't you go and get Mal and Ray? I want to look at the hole.
I also want to go look at the hole.
Yeah, Mal and Ray, you guys
Mal
see him
grabs
peel away.
Ray.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to run up to where his car was and see if he dropped anything.
He did. He dropped a leather-bound book with a leather strap tied around it, well-worn, like a diary, kind of like that kind of book. And it's like that thick.
It's a book. It's too dark to read it out here.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's too dark.
Let's get the others. Let's get the others, and let's go check out the other house now. I didn't see him lock the door. I think he just closed it.
Swinging over there. Yeah.
So probably as they're coming out, we're coming out and saying, "Go see the other house."
Yeah, are you guys coming out the front door? Is that what you were doing?
Well, I don't know if me and Darren were, because me and Darren were going.
I was going to try the kitchen
Yeah.
latch door, but if it's locked, then
It is locked.
Yeah,
yes.
he definitely locked it. We heard it.
yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah,
I would
then
have been behind Darren. Is the doll on the side that I put on the side still there?
No.
But the doll that I put on the side is no longer there. Darren?
I
Squid?
poked my head out to follow them. What?
I put a doll right here.
Yes, you
Yes.
did.
You've
The creepy clown, right?
No, not the
No, it was
clown.
one of the girl dolls.
Oh,
But
yeah, that one.
You've been moving different dolls around to spooky places all night in the dark, and people are knocking things over, and I'm not taking your boat back downtown tonight. We're going to take the shuttle, even if we have to wait all night, or even get a cab, because you're overtired. We can't get through the kitchenway, so we're going to go out the front door. The only guy who's going to catch us is come and gone, so we're home free. And
Okay,
there's something in the hole.
well, let's just meet them outside and go from there, okay?
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? The guy's gone.
Yeah. Let's go to the other house. We can get in.
You guys all get out to the front, and Mal and Ray are coming back, and Mal's saying exactly that. Let's go in the other part of the house and check it out.
Hey, wait.
Got a book.
What's that?
It's a book. We can't read it. It's dark out here, but
No,
the guy dropped it.
I gotta look through that thing when we get inside.
See, I read the kid's letters back home to his parents, and they were really boring. I was hoping he'd have a diary that was at least titillating, but now you've got a book. Groovy.
Yeah, well, here, take the book. Let's go in the house and see what he was digging up. He said, I think we could hear him say, it's not worth it.
I hate this house. I hate this house. It's not worth it. You little bastards aren't going to get me.
The girl doll that I placed on the kitchen side wasn't there anymore.
Oh,
I'm
shut
sorry,
the fuck
buddy.
up, Squid. You're just making this shit up. Knock it off. We might have something here.
By the way,
let's go inside.
Squid literally looks like he probably should have died about 10 minutes ago, because that is how pale he is.
Oh, yeah.
Just really
I
good
pat
at
you on the
acting.
back and say, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm just not really paying attention.
Squid's totally convinced himself at this point, but he's very confused.
He's just really good at Halloween shit.
Okay, guys. Let's
Remember
just
the time with the ketchup?
let's finish the B&E and figure it out from after that, okay?
Okay. The door is not shut completely. It's certainly not latched. It's certainly not locked, rather. And as you saw when you got to it, you open the door, and there's a little hallway, and same as the other house, but it's a little more modern construction. Door on the left, door on the right, door at the end of the little hallway.
Let's at least check these doors out first, and then
Just find the whole fucking hole.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's artwork in this again, it's more modern artwork. It's not made by the man's wife. It's actually professionally purchased, prints, not necessarily art, but prints.
So whoever was in here liked modern art. Interesting.
Also, people with money just buy what's, current.
Trendy.
What
Yeah.
they can afford it. Yeah.
Do you want to?
Sean, I messaged you.
I saw that. I'm going to answer you. Sorry.
I'm interested in the whole, but I also kind of agree with Alicia that I want to get get to know the space. So
yeah,
you guys
just
can
poke our heads in.
yeah, or we
We
can
find out what was
divide
knocking on that door.
right somewhere. There's something clumpy.
It's probably a creepy doll running around.
How do you
Of
decide?
course
Well,
it is.
right.
No,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they
they're
probably are moving around.
all right. Let's just poke our heads in these rooms just to make sure that there's nothing in here that
We haven't found the
might.
master bedroom yet. So
Yeah.
There's a door to the left, door to the right. They're not latched. They're just slightly open, actually.
I guess door to the right first. I guess.
Door to the right, it is a small sitting room. There's
Another
a table,
one.
table and chairs. Again, more modern. This is like IKEA, more IKEA kind of furniture. Yeah, I wouldn't say expensive, but nice, new quality. I don't know if IKEA was. Yeah, IKEA was around back then.
So does this look lived in?
Not recently. No, it's
Okay.
not. No, I wouldn't say recently by any means. But yeah, a little sitting room, table chairs for two people.
Why would they need two sitting rooms in two totally different styles?
it is weird that they never had their own child come back, but only traveled to see him on holidays. But they set themselves up to have a whole guest house. But
Maybe they had
Obviously-
guests.
yeah, maybe they were swingers, right?
Maybe.
There's a big bowl of keys on the table.
Is
Or
there? Oh
Or
Lord.
maybe they separated themselves from the fact there's things moving in that fucking house. As he's kind of lost the plot a little bit, because he's actually, his hair's all over the place. His shirt might be tucked in and half tucked in, half tucked out. He's a bit, yeah.
And the Academy Award goes to Mr. Squid.
It's gonna be okay, buddy. I'm gonna
as
go
I'm-
look in that left room.
Yeah. While he's doing that, I at least want to look around the room to see if there's anything like any other anything noticeable in here that might give us an idea of what this area was being used for, as in like this guest house.
It's like I mean, you could think of it as a guest house. I mean, it slightly mirrors the other house because when you go and when Ray opens the other side, the other door, he goes, "There's another piano over here."
What?
Like, it's a small, like a little mini, like a upright piano. This is the guest house. These two rooms are smaller versions and more updated versions of the other side. Little piano room, some table, and a little table by the window, a little area where some dead plants are sitting on. Nobody's cleared them away. Like, even though they cleaned the house, they never took care of some of these plants. They must have kept watering and then just stopped because there's dead plants on shelves and stuff by the windows.
Okay, now for curiosity's sake, I'm gonna look in like where they would normally keep like the sheet music and things like that. Is there any sheet music in here?
Yeah, it's more modern. Not modern pop songs, but like modern, mellow kind of music, adult contemporary, if you will.
Okay, I've got another theory.
I don't like this.
Maybe they left that house the year their son disappeared and built a little new house and just moved their lives over.
That
So
is
they didn't have to-
possible.
I did say they probably moved.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Scotty, not to give you credit for your insight. I have sort of tuned you out since you started babbling. So
Well, I think that would be something that a crazy person would do. Why would you build a smaller house touching your house?
Because there's dolls fucking moving.
I mean, it's a toy maker.
Why not move to
You've seen Willy
California?
Wonka.
Although I kind of muttered myself, the entire he was a doll. He was a toy maker. I guess you could call this a life-size dollhouse, maybe?
The other thing is when we went back to Justin's room, there wasn't really anything that indicated that he died, just that he didn't live with them here.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's what I want to see here is the
this
mirror
isn't
to
like-
his room.
Yeah, so this is identical. I'm literally gonna run off and check all the places where I found dolls in the other house.
You can do that. There's nothing. There's no dolls.
I basically am going to look like a maniac as
So
I'm
you're
just
running from
swinging
room to room,
around.
swinging doors. So yeah,
Although I am gonna, poke my head out and head to that. Like I'm assuming the back door, that door in the back, is heading to this place's kitchen.
actually, it's the kitchen is a small part of the back part of this house, and the majority of it is a large master bedroom.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
a beautiful large bed with a window that faces the town, and there's all around the wall there are dressers, and it's all modern furniture again, like IKEA quality, but like nice, beautiful things, and a giant friggin' hole in the floor. Like the boards are ripped up. There's a number of little holes, like a big hole and a few smaller ones where boards have been ripped up and someone's been digging, and there's dirt against the walls.
So before I look into the giant hole in the floor, I'm looking over to the wall where I'm presuming is the door that goes into the other house's kitchen.
Yes.
Is there something flapping against the door?
The window, actually, the window to the back of the house, the window at the back of this bedroom is open ever so slightly to let fresh air in and out, I guess, if someone's doing work in the room. And there is one of those, there's some horizontal blinds and a wooden thing that you would use to twist to make them go flat or open. And it goes, as you look, and you go, I wonder if that's, and the wind blows and it goes clunk and the wood hits the wood.
Okay. Window.
There's your ghost, Mal. All right, I'm gonna sit here in the corner of the master bedroom, the second master bedroom, and start flipping through this journal.
Yeah, I'm totally interested in that too.
Yeah,
I want to be with you.
I'm peeking over your shoulder because I definitely.
I'm looking for the hole.
It's right here. Take a look.
Did Mr. Ainsley leave his shovel when he left in a hurry?
Yeah, he did.
Here you go, Mal. You can get some work in.
I'm going to dig. I want to see what's down there. Maybe there's a chest. Maybe there's a box of gold.
Ray and I are going to figure out what the puzzle on
it.
page 42 is that tells you that it's actually the kitchen floor he should have dug in. But give me a minute.
Well,
I am
I mean,
looking as well.
Yeah, I'm also
from a
peeking
distance.
over. I'm peeking over Darren's shoulder to read this journal.
You're all huddled down.
I mean, I just want to know what type of book it is, really. Let's see the first couple pages.
They just don't want to dig with you, Mal.
But I'm just I'm
That's fun.
sweating profusely as I'm
Right.
looking.
Okay. I'll start. I'll sort of do it, counterclockwise. Malcolm, you can get the shovel and poke around the hole. What you find is he pulled up floorboards, moved carpeting to the side. He tried to do it neatly at first, and it just didn't work out because he's digging little holes under the floorboards here and there. He hit rock fairly quickly, like a foot down. This is why there's no basement in this. It's hard to build a basement when you got rock floor. The pool behind the house, it would have cost a lot of money because, again, it's in solid rock. So he had pulled up the floorboards and dug around a few holes here and there. You can get down in the hole because there's a little ladder that leads down. It's just like a little step ladder, and you can see underneath floorboards, and there's a little crawl space. But where the other house is, there's actually a foundation wall. So like it stops, like this crawl space under this house doesn't proceed under the other house. And
They're facing the wrong house.
yeah, there's nothing under the floorboards. You can see that he's been digging for a few days, probably. Like he's been here a few times. Nothing. I mean, there's nothing in the dirt. There's nothing in the piles. It's just he's been digging holes, looking, and he's obviously gotten frustrated. And this is,
Okay, so
Does he think it's here?
so just to clarify, it's not that there was something and he took it with him. It's that he's been looking, but he hasn't found it.
It's like, yeah, he's like certainly he's got a number of test holes. He's ripped
Okay.
up floorboards. In a few places, he's ripped up floorboards where, and moved to a different location and dug some holes. So he hasn't, nothing.
Wonder what he's looking for.
Well, maybe this journal will have some answers.
Yeah, Squid, you're the next one in my view, counterclockwise. You're just, I don't know what you're more freaked out than anything, probably sitting in the corner, but
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, you can see that Malcolm's digging around the hole and exactly what I described to Malcolm, and the other ones are looking at the book. So
Yeah, he's trying to peer a little bit at the book, but obviously he's not going to be able to see it because he's sweating profusely. He's panicked himself. He's almost on the verge of a panic attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll just flip to Ray and Darren. You guys are looking at the book. It's a handwritten journal. It starts around 1975, handwritten journal, and it's really just it's a lot of how much money he made at the store. Like initially, the first few pages, it's things about the store, acquisitions. You get to 78, 79, and he's getting into selling Star Wars stores. Very excited by these Star Wars toys. He just lists the things he was doing for his business. A little bit of a journal. He does mention going to see Jay. Period.
Well, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go help Mal dig the hole.
Burn it.
Hang on. There might be more.
Well, yeah, you can look through it. I'm gonna dig a hole.
Okay. And as
But-
Darren keeps looking, there's more stuff. It's more stuff about it's more his store, his family. Flip. I mean, it's going to take you a while to go through all this.
So it does seem though that he was still in contact with Justin. He just wasn't coming here.
Mhm. If you do, Darren, if you do have an interest and you flip through pages, you will see that Jay was living with V.
So it seems maybe like the only child didn't go off to college, but moved in with some romantic partner and disappointed mom and pop. When you say that there are mentions of going to see him, did they mention locations?
They mentioned Halifax.
Oh,
And then some going to see Fort Louisburg in Cape Breton Highlands, going to Toronto for Christmas. There's you flip through. You'd have to take a lot more time to read through it. It's a thick, journal.
Well, all right, let's flip to the end and go back to the last written page.
Last written page, interesting. It's written not in English.
French?
Well, I don't know what languages you speak, but not you yourself.
Darren better speaks some French. He's
Oh, it's not in French. Absolutely, you would recognize French from being in school. It is. It's not written in French.
All right, so I know what Cyrillic characters look like because Cold War just ended or just ending.
Not Cyrillic.
Cyrillic. And Greek looks a bit like that, but rounder.
Yeah, no, it's using English lettering, like not English, Arabic lettering.
Backwards writing.
No, not Arabic like numerals. Latin.
Not Arabic. Sorry, Latin
Roman.
lettering. I don't know what you call it. Roman lettering.
Okay.
Yeah,
The same alphabet we currently use.
The American
American alphabet.
I can hear you
Good
guys
enough for
talking.
Jesus.
Is it a cryptogram?
We'll skip back a couple pages. Is it consistent?
In the last few years worth, because this is a big thick journal. There's like scribbly notes that sometimes there's months between notes. The last few years, they're all written in this other language. It's not Latin. It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't appear to be Latin or Greek or Cyrillic writing. But
just for curiosity's sake, because this is the 90s and I would have it with me, I dig into my purse and pull out one of my foundation compact that I use for touch-ups. Flip it open and use the mirror to see if it does anything to see if it does anything.
Look at it in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's definitely written in another language.
The B's are the right
Is it
kind.
an egg pay Attenley?
Should I roll? Do you think education or intelligence?
Sure. What roll education? That would be probably. You can take an educated guess.
Yes. It's only a regular success for education. It's a hard success for intelligence.
It is Eastern European language. That's about the best you can probably.
Oh, right. We know the guy's
Polish.
Right. There's probably a little marks over some of the letters too. Right.
Yeah.
So maybe he was getting senile and returning to the mother tongue, that sort of thing.
That's possible, but I guess we definitely need to find a dictionary to try and translate these last few pages.
Right. Does he keep dating them?
He does date them, yes, and these are leading up to the work. The things that are written in Polish are from about 19. His wife died in 1985. Remember, these are from about 1980. The whole book onwards, or 75 onwards. 80, he starts writing bits and pieces in Polish, but after his wife dies, after 85, it's all in Polish.
Okay,
Yeah.
so definitely needed to get. So need to go to go to the local library and see if they've got a dictionary, because otherwise I can't read this.
No, it's true. I didn't mention that lawyer fellow could read it either, though. Maybe this
He
isn't
didn't have an accent. You did notice that he did not have an accent.
Might find somebody at the university.
Yeah. How long do we have till they knock this place down? Till the bulldozers come through?
It's not happening in the next week. I mean, that was just what the guy said that to you. You never heard anything about that in the newspaper.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say we should probably get out of here, get this translated to see what the heck he was writing about, and then if there's anything worth grabbing, come back for it.
Except for the Wusthof knives, which Malk already has. Unless you guys, I flipped through real quick. There's no diagrams or anything, right?
There's a page ripped out, and when you look at it very carefully, the page that's ripped out, the subsequent page has some indentations on it that are boxy.
Like he was writing on it or something.
Well, he was making a map in the diary, and that's in the Polish days, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So the lying drunkard lawyer tore out the map, but I bet he got it wrong, and it's the opposite room, except it's not exactly a mirror house.
So Ray and I are looking around here. We come up with a theory. If this guy was looking for something under the floor, we can assume that something was put under the floor. So we're going to look around to see if there's any inconsistency in the floorboards, because to put something under the floor, you'd have to pull up the floorboards.
Yeah, but
But
at this point, we're literally flying as blind as Mr. Drunky. So
yeah, but we're right here. So
no, Mel's got a good idea. So I want to walk around and stomp, like to see if there's like any different sounding parts,
like around the house, the rest of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean near the hole, and then
near the hole. Well, this room, it's pretty hollowed out. Like there's a big hole in the middle of the floor. Like all the boards are missing. You're not going to get any different sound here. But I can say you can walk around the rest of the house. The other few rooms.
Use the handle of the shovel to tap on the floor.
Tap.
And see if it sounds loose.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, there's it just sounds like a floor. It's a well-constructed floor. There's some carpeting here and there. And it's like the carpeting that's like the really thin, cheap stuff from back then that they tacked it right down to the floor.
Yeah.
Sound reductions.
oh my God.
We'll split the treasure 50-50.
I swear to God, guys, there's a thing where if you're going to do something, if you're going to break the law, at least do it right.
Whoop, 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 whoop. You hear out on the street, you can see flashing red and blue.
What?
I told you.
Can't
Well,
believe
yeah,
back
I
door.
was going to call the cops.
that drunken lawyer actually bothered to call the police. All right.
Out the back.
Yep. Hustle. Lights out.
What if the dolls called the police?
Shut up.
He doesn't actually.
Oh my
They
God.
did, buddy.
Let's
He
go.
They've got a little
He
doll
doesn't-
telephone.
I'm going to knock you out and leave you here.
Yeah, you can unlock the door. You can go through that little dining area into the kitchen, into the back bedroom, and there's a door leading out back to the patio through the kitchen area.
And can we get down to the beach from here?
You'll have to hop the fence, or you can. The fence goes right up to not quite right up to the edge of the cliff. You're gonna have to hop the fence.
Oh, we're on a cliff. That's right. We're on a cliff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can get around. Like if the fence doesn't go up to the edge of the cliff, there's like some distance between it. So behind the house, you'll have to hop the fence and skedaddle.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
long
only way
cliff
that
houses.
we won't get a spotlight on us, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah. But yeah, the cop and the police are just going to shine their lights around and maybe check the
Yeah.
fence.
Well, if they
we
come
could
in the
wait them
front
out.
door-
We could lock the front door and just be
Guys,
quiet.
less
No.
dithering, more running.
Yeah.
leave
Okay.
the door open. Because if anybody ever asks us, we can say, well, we saw that guy inside the house.
Yeah. You can
Yep.
make it known at the pub tomorrow that this lawyer from Halifax was snooping around. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
I don't
Oh,
think he was a lawyer, but let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just hope they don't go in the house.
Tallest people help shortest people over the fence. Don't jump
Yeah.
too high, squid.
Yeah, it's not it's not a barbed wire fence, and the
Right.
cameras were the deterrent for people to break in before,
Right.
and the lights. So
And
yeah,
they wanted a nice view over a wooden fence to the water.
Yeah, the back is
town.
it's lower. It's like it's a lower fence. They can see the town from the house. So you guys are able to hop over it and sneak down and creep out. And you can hear the police saying, "If anybody's in the house, I mean, we need you to come out right now." And they're just good old boy cops to small town Nova Scotia.
Probably
They're not,
hungover from Thanksgiving.
They think it's
Don't-
kids.
Don't want to be on the night shift.
Right.
So yeah, you can get over the fence. There's no issues. So just who's the last one out of the house? Just wondering.
Not me.
Probably me, because I would have taken my time to get up.
Okay, so everybody else, you've come out. Squid, you get to the back door. You're out the door. What do? You just follow them?
Slowly, but I would have probably turned back around. I'd have probably started walking backwards a little bit, just to, because I would feel like I might be getting followed. So I'm scared of this clown boy now. So,
Yes. So you go out the door. You open the door. You go out. Everybody's out the door. You're turning around and facing the door as you walk away.
yeah.
Do you shut the door?
Oh, sorry.
Do you think you would have shut the door?
Let me just.
I'm wondering how paranoid you actually feel your character would be.
I'm gonna do a roll. I'm gonna roll an intelligence. Sort of.
Nobody's gonna wait for you, squid face.
Yeah, they're hopping over the fence and they're
Yeah, I
running
know,
to help you
buddy.
over.
I never would have hit pause at this one. I did actually get my extreme on the intelligence. So
Okay, so you think then I would say that you probably think I should shut this. You personally, because of your experiences in the house. Okay. You shut the door, you hop over the fence, you guys can make it back to fast forward, you can make it back behind the houses, through the trees, back out the path. You can see the lights in the distance. And honestly, by the time you get down to the stairway that would have led down to the water taxi, the lights are out in the distance. They're not flashing anymore.
All right,
So-
all right, let's get out of here before they come back.
Yeah, Squid, are you good to taxi
yeah,
us
I'm
back
fine.
over?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I mean,
well-
I can fly a plane, so I can probably drive your boat.
We can all
Nice.
bring boats. We live in a
Yeah.
fishing village.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You were all born
It's
in
fine.
boats.
I because he won't let anyone else drive a boat, so I'm fine.
All right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Squiddy while he puts us back in case he makes a sudden
He's got
movement.
this.
Yeah,
The only
he's
thing he
not.
can do when he's
Yeah.
drunk, after all.
If
But he
anything,
isn't-
he's more sober than he was when he got in the boat. So,
And you've all noticed he's less jokey now. He's not joking.
he's very
around.
serious now. Okay. Yeah, you head back to the pub. You're back there. Takes a few minutes. You're back there.
Okay.
Smooth water.
Whew.
All right,
Smooth
everybody want to
sailing.
go to bed?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's
I
back
will-
to see the family.
I'm
Maybe
gonna go
a
keep
dram
the.
before we go home.
If you want to keep the journal in the bar, we'll put it underneath the bar, and I'll see you tomorrow about noon.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sounds good.
Hey, it was
I'm
quite
s-
an adventure. I thought it was great fun.
You
I
know,
like the dolls.
Oh my God. I wonder why I hung out with you guys all these years, but you know what? I did kind of need that. So see you guys tomorrow, and then we can figure out what we're dealing with when we actually have daylight behind us. Good night.
And tomorrow's Sunday, so the library's not open, just so you know.
Damn.
So it's also Easter Sunday, so
Easter.
You can always
or not
freak
Easter,
in.
Thanksgiving Sunday, people, even though
You
Monday's
can
a
always
holiday,
break into the
Sunday's gonna be-
library.
Go.
Oh
Great.
my
Why
God.
not?
No,
You've got a
no
history
more
of this
B&E,
now.
Malcolm.
You're experts.
We could break in, but no, that's our character.
All right. So I'll see you guys either tomorrow or, well, maybe Monday if we needed to go to a library. So peace out.
Good night, everybody.
So is anyone doing anything out of the ordinary than going home and sleeping?
I am probably just checking the inventory of my new knife sets and silverware.
Decent quality.
Once I get home, I am going to have thinking about some of the things we discovered while we were in the house, and I'm already formulating a list of things I want to look up once the library reopens.
Squid is pacing up and down his water taxi before he goes home. He just pacing up and down, panicking himself even more.
He's pacing in his boat.
He keeps looking behind him. He keeps thinking. He might even keep seeing the smile, glimpses of it.
Yeah. Okay, so we can just fast forward to the morning then. Although, Are you actually out on your boat, Squid, scooting around, or are you just out by your boat?
He might have gone for a little like adventure just to calm himself down, and then he would have come back.
Yeah, nothing extraordinary happens. I'll just say you think something's going to happen. You go look. You think maybe you look at the house from a distance. You don't see anything. Nothing.
I might even look at the coastline where I've seen shadows before as well.
Yeah, nothing. Just nope. It's all good and clear, and you calm yourself down. Perhaps you even calm down because you haven't seen anything. So, okay, all right. So everybody, the next morning, you all wake up. You remember all the things that happened.
My only plan before going to bed is to ask my family what they know about the Toy family and if they knew they had a child.
Oh, well, yeah. I would assume your family have been there for a while, same as most other people whose families are there, and they don't believe you. They've never heard such a thing. Like they never had children. Although. Honestly, I would say maybe your grandmother, perhaps, or if she's present, or your grandfather, someone of that age, they go, a child. That can't be true because they were childless. I mean, they tried to have children throughout their lives, and then they said they were too busy to have children because of the store. That doesn't make much sense. Why? How do you know this? Where did you hear this information? Pulls up the newspaper. Breaking in or at? No, there's no newspaper.
Yeah, we were at Mal's bar last night, and there was all talk about the new construction and all that, and some newcomer I didn't recognize was talking. He sounded like he was maybe Halifax sort. He was drinking rum, and he said something about the only heir being their son Justin. And I thought they didn't have any children, and they don't seem to have an heir.
One of your relatives, one of the older relatives, says Justin. That Thomas who owned the toy store.
Mm-hmm.
He always talked about back in the homeland, his brother Justin. He said it differently. It was pronounced slightly. His language was different, but he said Justin was his brother that died when they were quite young.
Oh,
I remember
sad.
this. I remember this.
It can't be what the Halifax fellow was talking about. But you're sure they didn't have any children?
Oh,
I
they didn't. They tried. I remember they even the wife, I mean, she went away and lived with her sister for a year when the first store was first opened. Her sister, she went away and lived with her sister for a year, and when she came back, they just after that they just never, yeah, they never had children.
Yeah, it's like a cliche, the childless toy maker.
Ah,
And they make little dolls because they don't have anyone to play with, or that's pretty sad.
no children, not that I know of. They went on a lot of vacations. They had some very trustworthy staff working for them. They were always gone at Christmas, and they were gone after New Year's, and they were gone at Easter, and they would go overseas once in a while. They did a lot of traveling and visiting, but no children, none.
Did Mr. Carswell seem a little touched toward the end? I mean, the whole thing with the house is kind of funny, but were there rumors about? Yeah.
Yeah, after his wife died, he was so sad and so distraught. And he must have sold a lot of it. He must have sold a lot of toys at conventions, because he would go away and come back, but he was flush with money after that. And it began before she died when they built the addition on the house, but they had beautiful cars, and they go on so many trips. They did have a lot of money, which is strange for a small toy store in a town like ours, but maybe they sold things in magazines. I don't know. They went to a lot of conventions, I'm sure.
Yeah, all that travel.
Mm-hmm.
Sad family. And I'll make small talk about the Rose Garden and
yeah,
so on.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
So I suppose we meet up at the bar that noon.
Yeah. You guys can all wander back to the bar unless you're doing something different.
Oh my God! I say as I burst into the bar, save me from my mother-in-law.
Not getting better, eh?
That's what, a tequila sunrise?
Yes, thank you.
Like, save me from my mother.
We should figure out a drink called "Save Me from My Mother-in-Law." Maybe something with Kahlua in it, so it looks milky, like mother's milk. Save me from mother's milk.
My God. Well, I definitely, I say, pulling out a couple pieces of paper. I do have some notes of things I want to look up once we have access to a library. But what did you guys come up with anything while we were all out?
I say see if you can find somebody who speaks Polish.
Yeah, it's not a hugely international town, Bushton. Don't they have international dictionaries at the school for something? The high school?
We might, but I haven't really looked that closely. I'm not sure why we would need to have a Polish dictionary.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
I'm gonna
go through that thing word by word.
I can check, I guess.
I'm going to grab the
Not
phone
Czech,
book
Polish.
and see if I can find any, crazy Polish names, like Obertaz or something like that.
Do you have something that's alphabetized backwards so you can look for the ski?
Yeah, look for the skis. Maybe I know some of these people, maybe I don't. I can't think of any skis, but
you're all drawing a blank initially, and you're thinking, who the heck do we know that's Polish? And then it sort of hits you when you're getting ready. You're writing with a chalk the menu on the wall that like sausage on a bun, Debreciner sausage, and then you realize, ding, the guy that delivers the meats from the deli. The deli's he's a Polish guy who owns the deli.
Yeah, the deli guy.
In the town next door, like the Wilston, the town next door.
Wachowski, I think is his last name.
Oh yeah,
you've got his phone number right on your wall.
Is he from the old country, or does he know somebody who is?
He's younger.
I don't know
his
his
parents
life.
come from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam.
Hey Mal, what's up?
Hey, we got
Sunday.
a kind of a weird. Yeah, I got a kind of a weird request. How's your Polish? You know you're Polish, or?
Yeah, my parents made me learn it when I was a kid. I never use it. I haven't used it in 15 years, but yeah, I'm pretty good at it. All right, what do you need to know? You got some movie on VHS you want to watch?
Now we got
One of them Polish movies.
maybe. I got a collection. No, seriously. What are you doing this afternoon? I know it's Thanksgiving, but you got, maybe half an hour or so free.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, I can do that. Yep. Yeah, I can swing over.
So there was this guy in the bar last night, and he got kind of drunk, and he left this, I don't know what you call it, a journal or something. And I don't know, we've been kind of looking through it, but the whole back end of it is written in Polish, and we'd really like to know what it says. Can we swing by maybe and just have a look at it? I'll bring you a bottle of something nice.
Well, we're having an early. Yeah. I got to get out of here. You know what?
All right, cool.
Come by. You know what? Come by the deli. Just pop by the deli. I'll tell my wife I got to do something. I'll make something.
Okay, well, I'll bring you something nice to go for your trouble.
Trade you for some sausages and the opportunity to get out of the house.
Cool. Half an hour, maybe?
Works for me.
All right, cool. Bye.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive away or 15-minute drive up the road. So you'll have to skip out, get there.
All right, guys. We've got a translator. Let's go talk to him.
Okay.
You heard my little fib, but
Of course.
hell,
Grab the book.
we'll tell them it's kind of weird. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fact is, you can find anything in a bar.
Mhm.
Yeah, people leave things in there all the time.
I remember you were looking for the guy who lost his wooden foot for 6 months.
Mr.
Did he ever come back to
Armitage?
claim that?
His friends from the fishing boat finally figured out where he left it.
Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
It was a mystery.
Because I mean,
right.
I have to admit, I kind of missed it sitting on the bar for a while.
It was a good souvenir.
Well, let's. I can't remember what my
one of you
assistant's
has a
name
car.
is.
Tex, the French guy named Tex.
Tex. Yeah.
How's Scotty doing today? Did he come?
He came.
Yeah.
He's completely quiet. He's not spoken a single word since he got there. He drank his
He
drink.
knows better.
Do you want a Bloody Mary or something, Scotty? Yeah.
He doesn't respond to you. He's literally silent.
No, we're good. I'm just sitting with Scotty, and I'm quiet too. We're just hanging out.
All right. Well, let's get this thing looked at, and then we can figure out what we're gonna do after that.
Are
So
we?
Tex, I'll
Are we
be
all
back in
going?
about an hour and a half. Do you want to go?
Not really.
Oh, well, you can stay here.
Cool.
Somebody should give Scotty company.
Do I need to take money from people for you?
No, Tex. Tex will take care of
All
it.
right.
Yeah, there's a
All right,
bartender.
cool.
Yeah, Tex, the French bartender.
Give whatever they want,
Okay.
Fix up some chips or something.
So who's staying and who's going?
I'm gonna stay.
I'm going.
You're going.
I'm wondering whether whether 3 is overwhelming. But I'm curious. All right. Yeah, you keep an eye on Scotty. We'll go and see the poll. Figure out what we can figure out.
Okay.
Cool. Good luck, guys.
So you guys, hi. I'm assuming Mal, you're the local adult who owns a business, so you probably have a car. And Alicia, you probably left yours at the house
Probably.
and hopped over. And Darren, you've got a plane. It's a 15-minute drive, so you're probably not going to fly. Okay, so Malcolm, you guys hop in the car, beetle on down the highway. 5 minutes after they leave. 5 minutes after they leave. Ray, you're probably thinking it's time for some food. You're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner tonight, so you're just having you order like a clubhouse sandwich and some fries or something like that. And Scotty, you don't know if you want to eat or not, but you might not. It's up to you. In walks the guy from last night. The guy, he's cleaned up. He's wearing a pair of just pants, like regular pants, not work pants, not muddy, dirty stuff. He's got the same jacket on and his cap, but he's got a clean shirt and shirt. And he just walks in and he bellies right up to the bar, He says, could I have a menu for some food, please? I gotta eat and get out of town. And Tech slaps a menu in front of him. And he just says, Baron of beef, this beef sandwich with the dip, and the 2 coffees. Thanks.
Scotty at this point gets a napkin, pulls out one of the pens that he has somewhere, and he draws something. And once the guy has sat down, he won't say anything to Ray. He stands up and he puts the napkin in front of the guy, and it's just a picture of a clown, like the face of a clown. He puts it in front of a guy and stares at him, like almost like a pleading look to see if he gets what he's on about, just to try and get a reaction.
See what his reaction is. I'm going to see if this has any effect on him. He takes it in stride. He looks at it and looks at you, places the napkin face down, says, okay, what do you want? I want out of here. It's just, what do you want? He takes out his wallet. He starts, he pulls some money out. He's like, hands like a $20 bill to you.
I don't want your money. He sits down. He leans in and just says, Do you know? Do you know? I know you can. You must know.
Do I know what? Do I know what? You drew me a picture of a clown, so you know I work for the toy guy.
Have you noticed?
He's dead. He's dead. I used to work for him. Yeah, I don't.
This guy's looking very, obviously, visibly disturbed by.
He's disturbed, but he's kind of hiding it. Yeah.
He's just. Do you know if anything weird happens in that house? To do with it? Yeah, he just goes out and says it. He just dolls.
He takes a deep breath and he looks you in the eye and he says, just stay away from that house. Just stay away from that house. You don't want to go in there. Let them burn it to the ground. In fact, I'll pay you if you burn it to the ground. And he takes out his wallet again. He starts rifling through. He goes, $500. Just set fire to the
I'm
place.
gonna walk up and just be like, hey, so I'm kind of cautious. I want to see if the guy like recognizes me from last night. Just like, yeah, Scotty, you good over here? What's going on, guys?
He sees you. He does recognize you. He's, oh, you. Oh shit.
He looks at the man, and he just goes, I will set fire to the house. He basically gives him the look that he's going to set fire to the house. And
okay. I'll flash
over. Say it out loud. But.
Yeah. Well, I can finish your conversation next time we play. But Malcolm and Alicia and Darren, you guys are 15 minutes down the road. Whatever car Malcolm has, and the deli's right on the outskirts of this next smaller town. It's a tiny little town. The deli's right there, and he's sitting outside in a chair, plaid shirt, having a cup of coffee. He goes, hey guys, what's up? What you got for me? Thanks for getting me out of the house.
Kind of weird story sort of going on here, but we think this might be tied to that old mansion over on the cliff. It's not much of a mansion. It's, but this guy dropped this in the bar when he left. And, we kind of were curious, but look here, all of this last part is in Polish.
We think it might be Mr. Carswell's. Why he had it, no idea.
And it might not be anything at all. Just
his name wasn't Carswell, He adopted that name when they came here because he didn't want to appear to be like
foreign.
My dad did the same thing and then switched back. And he flips. He goes, "Oh, yeah, this is like pretty sad stuff about his wife here.
Yeah, his wife died.
Yeah, very sudden.
There's a page missing here.
We're not sure what that is.
I think there was a map there.
Map? Huh. Oh, look at the map. The guy went on a lot of trips. I remember my dad talked about him all the time. My dad knew him really well. I mean, to
did
a
he?
point after a while. Well, once his wife died, he stopped talking to everybody.
Huh.
Jay, who's this Justin guy?
He had
Is
a brother who died. His name was whatever the Polish version of Justin is.
Yeah. He's flipping the page. He goes, "Oh, this is interesting. It's like he's writing a story here. This is really." Oh, he got really interested in pirate stuff.
Pirates?
Oh,
Hey, he's
maybe
talking about the Oak Island here.
Oak Island, yeah.
Wait,
Way.
did he seriously buy into that?
Oh, he's right. He's
My
right.
whole business is built on people who buy it.
He's got stuff in here. It's in Polish, but he's writing like it looks like he was spending some time like exploring. Like he went to Oak Island. Yeah, this is pirate stuff. It's like pirate history. He's rewriting it here, and he's something about pirate treasure in our town. That doesn't make any sense. This town didn't exist. Like there was nothing here before the fishing village started.
Right.
Right.
Interesting. He's talking about pirates, and I'll just give you the rest of it next time we play because that makes more sense. Here's something really interesting. Oh, look at this, and then
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to end an episode.
Oh yeah.
2 cliffhangers.
Mm-hmm.
Our players included Jen Obertaz, David Gasaway, Kaylin McDowell, Josh Harwood, and myself, with Sean Liddle as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. Or you can hit the super thanks button right underneath the picture. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.